Cinder remix of Dark Souls 3 by Rotaka. Folks, you know what that song means. You do, yes, I know. I would hope so. We've been sitting in this, well, not this particular room for 10 years, but in various rooms over the 10 years.
Yep.
And had this opening song for like 6 of those years, probably.
Yeah, probably.
It's a good song. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
You know what? No, I'm gonna go look.
Oh, okay.
We always have something we're gonna go look
We
up
really
every time.
do. Yeah, that's good. It'll afford me some time to pop open the calendar for later too. Well, welcome everybody. I'm MrBond.
And I'm Tormod.
And this is Insert Credits round 109. Stop changing time, please. Why are we still doing the stupid daylight savings changeover twice a year? It doesn't make any damn sense. It just screws everybody up for no reason.
Yes.
So stop changing time, damn it.
That's the influence for tonight's show.
That's it.
Also, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, even if you're not Irish. Cheers.
Blink.
Everybody's a little Irish on St. Patrick's Day, whether
Hell
you
yeah.
celebrate it or not.
Also green.
I'm not wearing any green. Well, not any green that you can see. Ha 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 ha.
There's green on my watch face.
Yeah.
All
right, housekeeping. Next couple of shows. Round 110 in April. We have that one squared away as the 14th, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dead center. I think that'll still work.
Mm-hmm.
Round 111. Ooh, make a wish. 3 ones. May 12th, it appears.
Yep.
Also pretty close to the middle, which means we are clear to schedule round 112 in June.
Thinking about June already. What the fuck?
I know. I mean, that's good because summer-ish, warmish weather, I'm here for it.
Yeah, honestly. You want to do the 16th?
16th sounds good, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, okay. What did I say? That was 111?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Oh, baby, a triple.
I know, right? Gotta celebrate. Celebrate. Any tiny reason you've got to celebrate. Do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Okay, that's 3 shows out. That's enough. Time is fickle after all, as we've already kind of explained. Well, welcome once again, everybody. Insert credits. We talk about video games here, or we try to. Video games and video games accessories and video games adjacent topics as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Hank. But yeah, we do 3 main segments. We talk about the news first, good, bad, or otherwise. Then we listen to some tunes. Then we talk about what we've been playing since last time, which has improved over the past 2 months. I'm glad to see that, of course. Then we listen to more tunes, and then we do some design at the end. Truly ad hoc. For the past year now, I guess we've been doing that. Oh, man, I'm not even gonna bother looking that up.
It's been some time.
It has been.
Honestly, though,
many times.
I vaguely remember doing that from Nashville. I'm fairly certain we started before we moved to Texas. Pretty sure.
So more than a year then.
Yeah. That would have been we moved there in the middle of 2020. I don't know when we started it, but
right.
Yeah.
Huh. For some reason I was thinking we had started it before you had even moved to Texas or Nashville rather. Maybe not.
That would have been almost 3 years.
Yeah, I know. And if that doesn't really surprise me if my mind is that far gone. So whatever. But yeah, housekeeping aside, let's talk about some news. There's some interesting stuff going on this past month. Let's start with something not so happy. So we knew about the Wii U and the 3DS eShop closing soon. That's coming up later this month, in fact. So video game preservationists and archivists are kind of scrambling because there's not, on Nintendo's part, there really hasn't been any thought given to preserving any of these titles, which, everybody sit down. I'm sure you're really shocked to learn that Nintendo is bad at online anything. But this is a really big concern now that all of these shops are starting to shutter as they're coming up on their age, what do you do if you want to go back and, just look up a game or, research this stuff and preserve history and all that? You can't do that technically legally because they're pulling this stuff down. There's all sorts of DRM and TOS and EULAs and whatever saying that, hey, you can't do this with our software despite the fact that we're not maintaining it. We've effectively abandoned it, et cetera, et cetera. So whilst I would personally never, recommend piracy, I will also not personally recommend against piracy. to preserve these things. So, whoever's out there that needs to archive things and, preserve things for future generations
and make it freely available.
Of course. A lot of people will support you in those endeavors. Short of ripping ROMs for you. But if you were to go out and do that sort of thing and make that available and say, hey, like this is our gaming history, right? It feels kind of weird saying that, but this is our gaming history. We want to preserve it. We want to look back on the good times and the bad times and the other times and be like, oh, hey, yeah, we used to have these cool things. Wow.
Let's see what you did there.
Yeah, right?
We
used to... totally intended. It was not intended, but totally intended. Like, which is so bizarre to me because, come on, like how I get like Nintendo is very known for shutting this shit down and repackaging it and selling you access to it for a third or fourth or fifth time. They do all sorts of remakes and remasters and re-releases and whatever, milk their IP for whatever it's worth.
All-Stars.
Yes, amongst other things, right? But you would figure there's going to be a lot of titles not covered by that. A lot of like the weirder, smaller, indie-ish titles, even like big crapware titles too. Like everybody, like the Wii was just awash in crap. Let's be honest.
Shovelware.
Shovelware. Thank you.
Yeah. And Kuso, but
yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's still a good idea to have some avenue to preserve that, even if it's not great. Come on. Nintendo, I want to like you more, but I just can't because you're doing this stuff without even thinking about it. So good job. Probably some better publishing news, I suppose, as far as game longevity is concerned. The Epic Games Store is opening up some self-publishing avenues. I know it's not too much of a shock, but it's also kind of like, gee, didn't Steam already kind of do this with green light and paying the fee and all that? Now Epic Games Store is doing it. Pay the fee, I think it's $100 or whatever, and you can self-publish on Epic Games Store. Cool, I guess. That's great. More avenues for distribution and publishing is fantastic. Kind of goes against what Tim Sweeney has said a bunch about Epic Games Store being curated and very, very tight and bundled and orderly and all that. So
see, that leads me to my question. It's like, so who moderates that?
Yeah,
shovelware,
right?
Oh God. Yeah, never mind. Moving on. Not going to say that one. That's not appropriate for stream.
Okay, very good. Yeah. I will trust your judgment in that regard.
Apparently appropriate for Steam though. So.
Ha! Oh. Okay. Yes, I understand.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so this is going to be interesting in terms of game store distribution, etc. parity. Which personally, I still will stay away from Epic Games Store because it started on exclusivity stuff, them buying stuff out for a period of a year or whatever. And hey, great for the developers, get paid. Make that coin, make your living and be able to eat and house yourselves and whatever. I won't support it. Exclusivity is shit. Don't do that.
Yep.
But, whatever. On the flip side, Steam has got a pretty good update recently. They are now allowing you to transfer most game files between machines on a local network without having to re-download everything from the internet.
So they reinvented branch cache?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But yeah, so you got a Steam installed on a machine on your local network. You want to put a game on one machine onto that other machine. Apparently it just works. You can just do it.
We know.
And it works across not even your own Steam account. If you've got a friend logged into their Steam with the same game purchased and licensed properly to them or whatever, you can transfer that game files to them, and then they can play it as theirs, which is cool.
So I don't remember if it was the 3DS or the Switch, but apparently people in the past had been able to transfer digital titles over in some respect, and I can't remember why.
Interesting.
But that's how people on old revisions of games that they would use for speedrunning and whatnot would actually be able to share those old patch levels because they're not available after they get patched to a newer version.
Right.
But there's some weird workaround where you can you get version parity if you transfer the game to someone. Gosh, I don't remember which system that was, but I know it was Nintendo.
Was that kind of related to the local wireless play off of one cartridge thing, or was this like
Oh,
entire
that may have been.
games? Was that the route to go about doing it?
Gosh, I don't remember. I thought it was a modern console, and I'm fairly
Huh.
certain it was for like a Shantae game or something.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember now, but eh.
Yeah, see?
Oh, it was Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
was. So
okay.
I'm fairly certain it was Switch. I don't remember what the mechanism was or why, but I mean, there's been ways to
Sure, yeah.
get games to other things without having to go through the interwebs and whatnot.
Right,
So, you
right.
know,
Well, now Steam has that officially, like first party full support. Like, you want to put a game on a different machine on your network, whether it's yours or somebody else with a copy of that game, go for it.
I
Which is
always used
super
to
cool.
like in my futility, I guess, copy the Steam apps folder to my network and be like, yeah, I'll use that someday, and then never use it someday. So,
Right. I mean, they already had their whole backup archive thing, right? But
yeah,
now this kind of gets rid of a step. Like, granted, those are compressed and you could save them off to a different independent machine, whether or not they had Steam installed on it or whatever. But hey, this just makes it a lot easier. It like, makes a lot of sense now. Steam Deck is out there, and you want to play a game on your Steam Deck. You already got it installed on a different machine.
you
It's
know,
great.
I wonder if there's going to end up being some sort of craptastic hacky way to just run things off of a not local install of Steam. Like you have your local
That would be
install of Steam,
wild.
but have
Yeah.
your like actual game files sitting on a SAN or an
Like
NAS or whatever.
stream it live from this other remote file storage type
Yeah,
thing.
like I
Yeah.
totally don't do that any at all when I'm not playing not ROM games.
No, of
Not
course, no,
ever.
and you don't
But
never not do that. Don't do what Donnie don't does
yeah.
type thing. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's neat that you like in retrospect you think about the feature and it's just like, yeah, I don't want to have to re-download this on if you have more than one machine or whatever. That makes a lot of sense. People with limited bandwidth, limited transfer rates,
True.
metered connections and shit like that. This is great. Especially since you got like 50 gig, 60 gig patch downloads or some bullshit like that
Yep.
that we're still doing nowadays. So,
Uh-huh. That just reminded me of that time that we were both at this place that split a 20 meg connection between 2,000 people.
yeah, fun times. Got excited to see the 1 megabit transfer rate sometimes when nobody else was on.
When it was 4 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, at the beginning and end of a certain stretch of a year, and nobody else was there, so it's like, oh, hey, this is all mine.
Yes. Moving hastily along from things that were almost 15 years ago. Yeah.
Bones
We're getting
just
there. It's 14 years for me, but
more dusty now. Okay.
yeah.
Well, let's swing back towards the kind of side of things. Star Citizen. Remember that? Oh my. I feel like this is probably the fourth or fifth time we've talked about it over the course of several years because guess what? It's been in development for more than a decade.
What?
I know, right?
Has it been in development for longer than we've been doing this show?
Oh shit.
I want to know.
This version of the show, I think so. Yes. Overall, very slightly no. Because when I was reading, I didn't confirm this. I should have. 2012 is what I had seen on the commencement of development on Star Citizen. But it's notable for another reason in that it's the most heavily crowdfunded, I hesitate to call it a game, thing of all time, crossing the $500 million mark in just crowdfunded amounts in September of last year, September 2022, to say nothing of the amount of private funding it has received on top of that. So that's a lot of money, even split over 10 years plus. Apparently it's having server problems. Apparently. It's not released. It's not even close to being done. There's been plenty of talk and articles and discussions and criticisms leveled at it about it being way out of scope and never going to get finished. And, history be its own judge here. And apparently it's having server problems. So what is all that money paying for? If not infrastructure, apparently.
Honestly, I don't even remember what the game's about.
Oh, man. See, now that's a good question.
I mean, like, it has Star in it, so I'm assuming it's something space related. But, like...
It is space related,
I
yeah.
just don't remember.
If you know anything about EVE Online,
I've heard of it.
okay, it's like that grandiose, huge swath of everything,
Uh-huh.
like major economies and shit, that sort of thing,
hmm
about that scale. Probably more than that, because they just keep building and building and building and apparently not delivering. And
So it's future creep the game. Got it.
yeah,
I mean, I should have figured that out from
yeah,
the 10-year
right,
development period.
right.
You know, whatever.
And apparently it's not just referencing a single entity or single game now. There's several different sections to it that are being delivered about as slowly as the main one is.
Huh.
And a whole bunch of gray market stuff with players trying to sell their exclusive content between each other. That's not officially supported, of course, but you know,
yeah, sure.
you get people sinking thousands, tens of thousands of dollars into this, which you should probably stop doing that. One. But two, yeah, I'd want to be able to get my thousands or ten thousands of dollars worth out of it, I suppose. So yeah, Chris Roberts not doing a great job of managing all that. He's the big name, the most prominent name. Of course, he's not the only one working on it. There's a whole lot of development talent and other talent associated with the game, but we tend to associate, single folks with things because they're forces of personality or charismatic or just the big names attached to these things. So,
Sure.
but yeah, so apparently Star Citizen is still in development. I had forgotten about it entirely for probably a year plus, and now this has come out. So
Beautiful.
what an interesting happening for a game 10 plus years in dev and 500 million plus in funding.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of stupid quotes I can make, but I'm
Yeah,
not gonna.
yeah. It's unfathomable to me that amount of money for a single game project, to have these sorts of issues. But yeah, whatever. On happier news, as far as game releases are concerned, Yacht Club Games, the fine purveyors of the Shovel Knight series,
Yeah. Okay.
have released a new free DLC content update to the most recent entry, kind of, I guess, sort of a spin-off in the Shovel Knight series, Shovel Knight Dig,
Okay.
which was released third quarter last year, I want to say. There's a new DLC dropped today
Okay.
for the PC and Apple Arcade versions. Console versions are coming shortly for that new DLC.
Cool.
That will become more relevant when we get to the second segment of the show. But that was a very happy surprise to have learned about this morning. Thank you, Other Tom, for pointing that out to me.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's cool. They've done some good shit. Shovel Knight as a series is fantastic. Good music, good art, good gameplay.
I was gonna say it's one of those couch co-op games I
right?
actually get into.
Yeah, it's a good ass set of games.
Absolutely.
And on that good note, for me to be ending, what else do you got for news?
Oh, yeah. Right. News.
Oh no, are we downhill from here?
Honestly, I'm just gonna read these all in order because they just yeah. So Diablo 4's early access beta opened today.
Okay, that's good.
Hour plus long queues to log in.
That's bad.
I don't know what you're gonna say to this one. KFC is giving away free beta access keys with the purchase of their newly returned Double Down sandwich.
Oh, that broke the cycle.
The full game releases on the 6th of June.
Wait, I'm sorry. KFC, a KFC game. A game. Did they do this before? Have they done this before?
No, they're giving away keys for the Diablo 4 beta.
Oh, okay.
If you buy a sandwich.
That's good. Okay, I'll stick with the that's good.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right.
Like, I tried one once. I was made to feel bad for liking the concept of not having a fuck ton of carbs in a sandwich. You just get more protein.
Right, yeah.
It's allegedly better for you, allegedly.
Okay.
I'm not shilling them. I just want chicken. But not from them.
Right.
Nah. But yes, the full game releases on 6/6, not quite the third 6.
Oh yeah,
but,
they messed that up.
yeah. I mean,
just wait 3
man,
years.
like 2023 doesn't even add up to 6. Come on. Gotta release it in a year? Question mark? So you could be like 2 + 4 is 6. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
Fine.
sure.
I don't know
I can
anymore.
make it work. Math.
But okay, you know Epic Games.
Yes. We all
So
know
the lovely Federal Trade Commission
Ha!
has ordered Epic Games to pay a fine of $245 million
Jeez.
because it tricked Fortnite players into random charges.
Oops.
Oopsie boopsie.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't an oops on their part. It's probably very intentional. But oops, you got caught.
Oops, and now I have to pay money. Good, please.
I
make me
mean,
pay
from
money.
their perspective, that's bad.
Oh, Mr. Sweeney, you fucked up again. Okay, well, Microsoft, as you know, whole Activision hoopla that's been going on forever, and now it's a hoopla in multiple countries,
Oh
and
boy, that's right.
So we're gonna get news from both the United States and the UK. They
The
both start
other
with U. There you go.
perpetual source of news for us.
Yeah, so they've confirmed a proposal to allow Sony to put Call of Duty games on PS Plus for the same length of time that Xbox would do for Game Pass. On paper, that sounds good.
Okay, that's good.
They've also told the United Kingdom that they'll license the franchise to Sony for 10 years,
Okay.
and that it makes, quote, 0 cents, unquote, for the series to be platform exclusive.
Oh yeah, I
Sony's
agree.
response to that was, well, Microsoft might deliberately release buggy versions of the game.
They don't need to deliberately do it. Look, all right, I can say that as a developer by trade. Buggy shit gets released, excuse me, all the time, not deliberately, and also sometimes deliberately.
Wow. Oh, I guess we're getting some conversation on Diablo 4. All right, I'll read into that after I'm done looking at notes because y'all popping off. Yeah, so Microsoft has also claimed that as a result of the Activision merger, their Game Pass prices won't go up.
Pressing X pretty hard over here to doubt.
They'll find a reason for it to go up, but they won't say it's because of the merger
Oh, of
and them
course
spending
not.
a fuck ton of money.
No.
Nah,
They'll just eat that cost.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, well, back to Sony. So the PlayStation 5 is allegedly getting a pro hardware variant due allegedly at the end of next year.
They didn't already have a PS5 Pro? I guess they
No.
had a PS4 Pro. Okay, that's what I'm thinking
So there was. You want to ban that?
Yeah.
Thanks. There was rumored hardware of a PlayStation 5 console that would have an external optical media drive.
External. Wow. Everything old is new again.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to think that'd be able to help them simplify their SKUs. They'd only really have one console they need to make,
Yeah,
and then you can
okay.
have the add-on
Sure.
little drive,
Mhm.
just kind of like the 360 did with HD DVD. You remember that?
They had an external thing for that? Really?
HD DVD.
I thought that was just the kind of like the built-in. That was the whole selling point of the thing. It played HD DVD.
It played normal DVDs.
Was that the thing?
And the external drive was HD DVD. I'm fairly certain. It's been a long time since I worked at Circuit City, but pretty sure that was a thing. And the reason why the PS3 ended up going gangbusters was because it just had Blu-ray support.
Oh.
Blu-ray ended up being the standard. So
I thought it was the OG Xbox that had the DVD player in it because the whole media player console, whatever. And then the 360 went the HD route, and then PS3 went the Blu-ray route, and then I don't know. It's been so long, I do not remember the exact specs of any of those. So you could be right.
cool. I was verified by my partner. So thank you, Vlad.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
Yeah. HD DVD though. External drives. What could go wrong?
I mean, well,
It's not SCSI.
You're right. You're right. It is not a great many things.
Yeah. But you know, those USB ports on these consoles are few and far between, so who knows?
Yeah, I suppose so.
But I am actually really curious what APU they end up going with, because even looking at the Steam Deck, like, oh shit,
Bro.
AMD's offerings are already twice as fast as what's in the Steam Deck. Oh god, hardware is evolving quickly.
I mean, yeah, Steam Deck's only 1 year old.
Yes,
which is
that's
also
the point.
which is also kind of funny. Like, damn, I thought I remember just getting it, but no, it's 1 year old. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's sat in my closet and or bins for many months. But
Did you
and-
unpack it yet?
yes, I was playing Tetris DX and I talked about it.
That's right, we did.
Oh.
Good. Good.
Damn, now I've got Pasta Amore stuck in my head. Anyway, moving on.
Right.
Yeah, you know all
Tetris
about that shit.
Yeah, okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Okay, so the PS5, yeah, it's getting the whole Pro thing. Whatever, HD DVD, not a thing anymore, yada yada. So, now that Sony has like actually gotten their stock going and people can buy the console, it has dethroned the Switch as the most popular console.
Oh shit.
In Japan.
Imagine. Okay, there's the caveat.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was a 5-year streak. Like,
it ain't shit. When you got stock that you can sell to people, imagine what happens.
Yeah, and likewise, I guess, also in the UK, their sales surged over 300% just last month.
Hot damn. Wow.
So, imagine that. You can sell shit when you actually have the things to sell. Yeah. So,
for still cheaper than the price of a standalone GPU. I know. Yeah. I hope that's getting better. But you never know.
You know, actually, I guess related to GPUs, and I didn't write about this because I forgot it was a thing, but allegedly AMD opted not to make a 600-watt GPU. It would have been able to compete with the 4090, but their reasoning, allegedly, was you can use that extra money on other PC parts.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe that was a wink, wink, nudge, nudge by a CPU, because AM5 is already cratering on pricing for new hardware, motherboards, CPUs, DDR5 going along with it. Like,
hey, like that's great, perfect.
I'm fine with it. I'm also just very perplexed.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was an AM5 motherboard that was $119, normal price, at Micro Center.
Okay, what's the catch?
It's just not the biggest, bestest
it's not
chipset,
top
but
of the line, whatever. But
hey, 5800 X3D is not bad. Like, that's a solid CPU.
It is, yeah.
But
now there's the 7850 X3D or 7800 X3D, whatever the fuck it is. Numbers are like
numbers go burr, yeah.
The numbers do go burr.
Yes.
Damn it.
We skipped the 6000 series. Yeah.
Hate it.
Well, never mind. I was going to say, well, the 6000 series is for the GPU, so I was like, wait, that's last gen.
I guess it is.
The 7000 series. They lined up. The GPU and CPU model numbers all start with 7.
Oh no, that means there's something terrible coming in the next generation.
I wouldn't have the CPU.
Oh crap.
Really whips the llama's ass. Alright. God, I haven't thought about that since the OG radio show.
And you probably shouldn't, since they're now a shell for NFTs.
Really?
Didn't we talk about that?
You probably did, and I already repressed it.
I know, which is good, like, as one should. But yeah, it was like a couple of shows ago even that we brought it up very briefly and then moved on quickly because we were both very sad.
I need a moment of remembrance for this because, like, Winamp's design and its skins were like peak early 2000s minimalism.
Were. Yes.
And it was like my very favorite design aesthetic of all time for computer graphics. And then they went and did that shit. What the fuck? I'm sad again.
Just remember the good times.
All right, sorry. Y'all, you have to share in my anguish by listening to me just blow your ears out. Anyhow, there is one more thing, of course. Final Fantasy 16. So, you know how the Lord of the Rings PlayStation games had a bunch of cutscenes and whatnot? So allegedly, it's going to be more than that, cutscene-wise.
Okay.
Like, I'm not really sure what they were trying to describe. There was a lot of cinematic content, but it sounded like it was interactive, so it wasn't just watching shit. Allegedly.
Were they describing it in terms of Lord of the Rings just to convey...
Somebody else was making that reference, and I was okay, so there's going to be a lot of just cinematics and stuff. It's allegedly going to involve a lot more like actual story happening while you do things instead of
Okay.
sitting there and watching the 20-minute cutscene and then going and killing a bunch of slimes and being like, "Hey, that's my gameplay." But
Okay.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. But on the topic of
Hmm.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, they're not using that engine either because apparently Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I didn't know until today, used the Unreal Engine, Unreal
Oh,
4.
interesting. Okay.
And there was one other game that I totally forgot the name of that also used it. So
So what engine is Final Fantasy 16 using then?
we don't know, but it's not
Oh,
that or the Luminous engine from 15.
or Unreal Engine 5
Well,
or
I don't know if it's 5.
I mean, that would
They
make
they,
sense,
they
honestly.
said that it. I don't know. They made it sound like it wasn't Unreal Engine, that it wasn't Luminous, that
Are we back to bespoke engines per games now?
shrug. But
Boy.
allegedly, this was shared in an interview conducted by YouTuber Skill Up, which I had never heard of before.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you can interview Square Enix and actually get real answers out of them, props. Why
Sure,
not?
great. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't fucking Crisis Core remake. Yes, honestly, I think that's the one. That's the one. Aside from FF7 remake, but
Eh,
it's been like 7, 8 years since Final Fantasy 15.
has it been that long?
Yeah, I bought it on
No.
PS4, and then a year and change later, it came out on PC. And then I didn't play it for like 3 years after that. And then I installed it again and played it on my 2080 Ti, and it was like 3 times the frame rate now. And I'm like, holy shit, patches do things.
Wait, 15 was 15 the one with the car and the road trip?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking that was 14 for some reason.
And oh
7
god, what
years?
is
Oh,
what
shit.
is the shit? What's the opening cinematic song? Because it's really pretty. It makes me cry. That rendition's really good.
I don't know.
It's a folk song, sort of. Fuck!
I
What
don't
is
know.
it? I
You're
need to look
asking
it
the
up.
wrong person for that.
Song in the opening cinematic of FF15. It's a real tearjerker. Stand by Me by Florence and the Machine. That performance though, like, wow, it really like had some foreshadowing going on with what the hell's going to happen in the game in
Okay,
the end.
yeah, that's fair.
It's also really good. I was just like, oh, they actually did something good. I like it. Sorry. I'm just gonna be done with my moment now.
It's whatever.
The Dude Bro Quest Wendy's.
I mean, you could be right. I don't know.
Hey, I could go to Arby's to get a Jamocha shake instead. There's my shill.
So you're thinking Arby's.
Please don't give me your beats.
Oh, gross. All right, anyway.
Anyway, now that this is completely off the rail, yeah. I'm looking forward to stuff coming out. We got a lot of games this year. I don't remember them all, but next month we're gonna be able to talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
Yay.
Super thrilled.
I'm not thrilled about the release price, but
Yeah.
that's
But
okay.
hey, remember that Steam Deck that totally had the video that was wiped and put back out because they had a certain emulator on there?
Right, yes. Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, so I'm looking forward to everybody telling me what they think about that game, whether or not they spent the money on it. So I think I have this sense of obligation to get a physical copy because that's just me these days.
I mean, it
But-
would be a good idea considering the size of the damn thing. Just in terms of, how much else can you get on that system? If that's also on there.
Okay, so like,
Yeah.
do you think they include or they like increase the amount of bitterment they put on the cartridge based on how much storage capacity it has?
That's a good question. Probably not, because those things are bitter as hell to begin with.
Somebody needs to test, please.
I
lick it.
I was morbidly curious. Like, for years, I resisted licking the damn thing because it's like, I don't need to or whatever. But, curiosity and shit. So I was like, whoa! Yeah, that's pretty bad. Don't do it.
Yeah, so this, of course, coming out in April is a reimagining of Ocarina of Time's worst dungeon, Bottom of the Well, Um,
Oh, I was gonna say Water Temple, but all right.
it was just a joke, but because everyone's like playing the Ocarina of Time randomizer now, and they're talking about BOTW, and everyone's like, "Which one do you mean?"
What do you mean? Which one do you mean? There's only one called Breath of the Wild
Well, the
presently.
dungeon is bottom of the well.
Oh,
BOTW,
I
yeah. So they're all meeting on that because
please.
Zelda,
Yeah, very clever.
Happy St. Patrick's Day
Oh, boy.
again. I don't know.
Oh boy. Well,
It's been a
traditional.
long week, okay?
It has. It really has. Like, you're not wrong about that.
Shit. Yeah. Shall we move on
Are we
from the
ready-
non-news at
Ready
this
for some
point?
tunes? Good.
Tuneskis.
Yes.
All right, let's start it all off with a Broken Waltz by Techie Jesse. I'm interrupting myself already. Techie Jesse is another one of those remixers that was in the same era as Rebecca E. Tripp, who, of course, is coming up again. But I remember listening to a lot of their stuff, and it's bringing me back to like 2004 when I discovered VGMix.com.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I need to go and actually get the archive from that site because they have some stuff that no other locations have. OC Remix does not have some of these things.
Well, yes. Yeah.
And it's just so good. Anyway, rambling. A Broken Waltz by Techie Jesse from Final Fantasy VII Remake, going into Songs of Spirit from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword by Rebecca E. Tripp, and ending the segment with Into the Ocean, We Walk, Peering Way Past the Snake by The Bitter Roast from Okami. his head banging. Not really.
It is a long fade off right there. Like that's, come on, come on, man.
Of course,
wrap it
Bernie
up.
gets the cap on that one.
We got to play. We got stuff to do here. Come on.
Like,
Good
talk
song,
about
though.
the games we've been
Good
playing.
song, though, right? Yeah.
That was a great song. Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're in the second segment. We get to speak of the things we have played since last time, which is roughly a month ago. So it's a good chunk of time to be playing a game or two, or 4, 5, 7.
It's almost like it's your not a job.
It's a hobby. Hopefully you do a lot of your hobbies that you enjoy, right? Like that's the whole deal. Because if you don't enjoy it, like why are you doing it, right? Okay, but
Pretty much, yeah.
Anywho, you've got some games that you've been playing, yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You wrote them down.
Okay, fine. Some would say I have a problem.
Do you have a problem, though?
Considering I haven't played it for like almost a week, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair.
However, I got really into Minecraft Dungeons for a fair bit of time, and I had originally only been playing it with other folks.
Right.
It's a local
okay.
multiplayer, fantastic game. That's a little hack and slash. You get some cool gear. You find some new shit. You go find some ancients.
Yeah.
Okay,
so as one does.
And then I wanted to play more, and people weren't home. So then I started playing solo, and now I'm 40 levels ahead of the closest person to me. Anyway, fun game, very challenging. It has a lot of difficulty levels. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, the game will punish you if you play a difficulty that is below where it thinks you should be.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it'll also do the same thing if you go too high.
Okay.
So they actually make it kind of challenging. So, yeah, good times, fun, excellent couch co-op game. Also has pretty strong online support. The online support is a little more... I don't want to say it's more fun, but it gives you more freedom. Because when you're in couch co-op mode, you have to stay on the same screen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But online, you could be wherever the fuck you want to be in the level. It's kind of fun. So, totally different play styles. Like, if you're going off on your own, then, of course, your like healing circle isn't going to have anybody nearby to heal other than you.
Sure. Okay.
So... yeah, creepers are still a thing because they're
yeah iconic. They better be there.
Literally part of the logo,
right? Yes.
Yeah. So Coyotelito in chat is somebody who lives with me. Hi, Renby. I don't think this is too not safe for work to say on stream. We have a name for the game.
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently, very occasionally, the Minecraft logo in Minecraft will change to say Minceraft. Very rare, but it can happen.
Minceraft. Okay, I can see how that it can be easily overlooked as such. Yeah.
So of course we had to come up with something stupid for the second word in the name of the game. I am really gonna say it.
Do say it because I
need it.
I'm in.
Well, okay, so it's dungeons, and what do you think of when you think of dungeons? If you're, teehee, I'm 13, and what is this? We've been calling the game either Minceraft Bondage or just Bondage.
Okay. Okay.
Moving right along.
I mean, that's not that bad.
It's not.
Okay.
I am a child.
I mean, we're all children.
Of some variety and ages.
Right?
But, yeah, it's
Dungeon. Or
Bondage.
Sorry.
Yes, Minceraft
Bondage.
Dungeons and Daddies? Hey, that sounds like an actual game.
That very well could be an actual game.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying it could be, all right?
I'm just watching Remby have a time in chat. So anyhow, I've also been playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which I now know is a separate thing from Java Edition.
It is. It is.
And wow, that new cave generation, holy shit. That's really cool. Like, god damn. Like, when we played last, we had mine shafts.
Oh yeah, and that was exciting shit.
It
Back
was!
then. Yeah.
And now it's just these, like, huge, almost multi-biome environments that are completely separate from the overworld that you can go into the deep dark, and it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. And the squids always kill themselves.
Well,
I don't understand why.
Yeah,
it's just Minecraft. They just kill themselves. I
tiny
don't
bit
get
of
it.
water to spawn in, and then they manage to get out the water,
And then they die.
And then they die.
And then you, like, walk into a fresh stack of ink sacs, and the game's like...
circle of life, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fun game. I have been timidly getting back into not playing on peaceful because actual combat in actual Minecraft still terrifies the fuck out of me.
It can be startling. Like, that's not wrong.
I don't like creepers.
No.
I don't think anybody likes
No,
creepers.
nobody likes creepers. I mean,
But,
yeah.
like, I would run away from skeletons. Like...
I mean, they've got too good of aim.
Sometimes, yeah.
Damn skeletons.
I gotta get myself some deflect armor.
Yeah.
Hey,
a shield.
actually, as a result of playing Minecraft Dungeons, I know what all the enchantments are now.
There you go.
So, like, I'm watching people with, like, fire aspect on their weapon and stuff. I'm like, I know that. I know where that guy came from. And, yeah, I'm learning.
Hooray!
It's great.
Applying knowledge.
Seeing the text on the screen with the icon and memorizing things. It's such a thing. Imagine that if you do the same thing for hundreds of levels. And anyway, hi, moving on. So yeah, Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Found some really fucking cool caves in my world, and then Vlad's got a world too, where I was given a fishing rod and told to go nuts.
Right, yeah. And then
And
you
I just kept
for
fishing
hours and got a whole bunch of crap.
And then I got an enchanted fishing rod, and now I can throw, get an item, throw, get an item, throw. It's so good.
Oh my god.
I got random enchanted stuff. It's so cool. We haven't done it in a while though. So we should do that again. That's fun. Gosh, yeah. You know, Fridays are like the manic part of the week. Hi.
Because it's the weekend, man.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta be
and it's
excited
St.
for
Patrick's
it.
Day, and cool things happened this week for me and stuff. I don't know, whatever. Games. I want to go home and play games, but I can't. So I have to prepare meal stuff for St. Patrick's Day for tomorrow because we couldn't do it today because we're doing a show.
Right.
So.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to go home and peel potatoes.
Oh, excitement, she wrote.
Yeah! I am so looking forward to making that food, though. Hot damn, I did not know I liked corned beef until like 3 years ago. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not a fan personally. Like,
That's
it
fair.
does not taste right to me. But hey, people can enjoy different things.
Totally fair. But in terms of other games that I've been playing, because I'm not going to get super distracted again, Tetris Effect Connected. I actually played through like the story part of the game mostly.
What kind of story can they attach to this that makes it a story mode?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Like the names
Oh,
of
boy.
the areas kind of have a narrative, sort of.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. And I almost got through it.
All right.
I didn't quite get the last area yet because I was playing while distracted on a Discord call, and like I just couldn't do it.
Right,
But like
okay.
I got pretty close. Tetris Worlds.
Oh, Tetris World.
Hey Bernie,
Oh,
you remember
no.
that gift you got me? Remember way back when? I'm pretty sure that was one of those games that you gave me. What fortunate serendipity.
Was that the one on the sphere and you rotated and it
I
never
don't
made any
know.
sense?
Probably-
I
I don't
feel like
know.
that was the one.
Eon's not here. Eon would absolutely
yeah.
be schooling us
Absolutely
right now. But
would. Yeah.
oh,
But
right, Remby is writing creative writing Tetris fanfiction for a grade in a
Tetris
class.
fanfiction. Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
all right.
creative writing class. Like, yeah, I didn't.
Shit, man. Like, I never liked those. So hey, you write whatever you want.
Remby got a 100% on chapter 1.
Fuck.
Just got that grade.
That's great.
Outstanding. It's so great. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you yet again. You're here. You're topical.
Oh,
I
there's
love
a Tetris
you.
sphere. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, there was
there's so
that.
many different fucking Tetris whatevers and
Yeah.
World's a sphere already, so it's like okay.
Yes. I'm not gonna make that joke. Hi. I'm not giving them ammo, damn it.
No,
Okay.
you did well enough with your mince raft bondage.
Yes. Yes. Quotes taken out of context.
Ooh, weird.
So, technically I played these other games. I pushed buttons and things happened on the screen.
Okay, very good.
So, Ranby, goddamn you, has been playing a lot of Roblox.
Okay.
Yeah. The children making games and getting exploited by company game.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Well, see, there's a good and a bad to that. All right. Yeah.
So, a new game by Shovelware, literally that's the name of the
Okay, well,
company.
lean in.
Yeah. They made a game called Brain Game, which is kind of similar to Jeopardy. It's actually pretty fun, although one of the answers was wrong. I'm very upset. The actual name of the tower with Big Ben is Elizabeth Tower, not whatever the fuck they called it. I digress. That was kind of cute. You know the banana from Peanut Butter Jelly Time?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the host.
Okay.
Yeah, like they actually did a pretty good job of like modeling the banana and making it funny, and it's actually like for a Roblox game where it's usually just hot trash.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly well done, competent, lovely, good stuff. I'm shocked.
For a trivia game that had an incorrect answer.
Compared to the other absolute dog shit, yes. So, another game that I technically played last night for 10 minutes. Somehow, they made a Pokemon clone that's actually really good. It has a compelling story. None of it's like Pokemon in nature. Like, I mean, like there's obviously parallels and stuff. Like they obviously were calling on Pokemon when they were doing this.
Okay.
But like
yeah.
their UI is unique. It's in the Roblox engine itself. So like it has a common engine between all of the games. And it actually works. And like it's just well done. I'm surprised. Remby's been playing a lot of that lately, and it's been fun to watch, like, unironically. And unlike Pokemon that I'm aware of, there is a chaining mechanic where if you keep defeating the same doodle, because, like, in this world, it's like drawings.
Okay.
And then when you heal them, they get ink put back into them, or
I get you.
like instead of leftovers, that is an item you hold in battle to get a little health back every turn. It's used crayons, etc. Like it's just cute. Yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't remember.
You were pressing buttons and technically playing this
yes,
game?
Okay. So there's a chaining thing. And the more you chain, the more you have the opportunity or the percentage chance to have what's called a misprint, which is like a shiny. And we were basically just chaining on this thing that's a known reliable thing where you can get this thing to spawn every time.
Okay.
And we did it like 60 times or something like that, and the percent chance was still under 1%, but it went up. And we were like, wow, this is stupid, and then we stopped. But like I was pushing A and killing the thing while Remby was out. So yeah. I played the game.
Number go up very slowly, apparently.
Numbers go brr. So, yeah, that's been honestly the focus of like my big time sink stuff lately is just numbers go up. So yeah, that little serotonin, dopamine, whatever kick. Yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, you, the competent game player.
Oh boy, that's being very charitable, and I appreciate it, but you're wrong.
Well, fine. You have been playing a bunch of stuff.
I have been playing
I
a
see
lot
some
of
terrifying
games.
stuff in there.
Oh yes. So, normal stream. I was finishing up Apotheon since last time, and I finished Apotheon since last time. Very competent game. Action-ish platformer. Uh, overthrow the Greek gods. Was essentially it, which is cool. Like, great. I love a good alt history type. Let's tear apart the Greek pantheons and
Sure.
and wreck some shit because fuck the gods type things. Very cool. Great art style. It's got like the Greek pottery kind of aesthetic to it with all of that, which was physics was a little wonky. Things definitely went. My planet needs me now, and whoop. But it was a fun game overall. I enjoyed it.
Did you get to put Zeus in horny jail?
I had to kill Zeus. So yes. So in a word, yes. So that was fun. After Apotheon, I started playing Shovel Knight Dig.
Hey, imagine
that thing that just got the new DLC released for today.
Did you dig it?
I do dig it very much. There are a few points that the hitboxes seem a little bit weird.
Like too big or too small? Or too not in the character sprite?
All of the above.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Fair.
Like, I swear I should have hit that thing, and that thing didn't really touch me, as there's some pixels in between, and whoa, okay, that did not expect that to have that hitbox.
Fair.
But along with the DLC update now that I was reading about today, they have some quality of life improvements, which is good. Which a couple of line items were things I complained about very vocally whilst I was playing Shovel Knight Dig, so I'm happy for that, right? One is that you can turn off the auto downward thrust. So I don't know if you know Shovel Knight physics at all, but
it's been a minute.
Right. So the main conceit of it is your main weapon is a shovel, so you dig shit, right? And then if there's blocks of dirt or whatever that you down thrust into, you pogo off of them. And Shovel Knight Dig is a very vertical game. You're going down, down, down. And before this DLC was released, it would automatically down thrust. So if you wanted to land level on a piece of dirt and not pogo off of it, I don't think you could. You would just be kind of stuck doing whatever and hope that there's nothing bad underneath you. So now they made that a thing you can turn off, which is great. Awesome. Also, for a very vertically based game, you would think you would want to be able to see above and below you, right? Like when you choose to look up or look down. They added that now in the DLC, which is good. Because many a time I have been hit by something coming down from above that I knew was up there, but I couldn't see the damn thing because the view was skewed downward. Like, son of a... Like, I just...
Camera controls.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
Camera
okay.
controls are very important, especially along the major axis that the game is on. Please, thank you. So I'm excited for the DLC for those two reasons and more, of course. But yeah, so lots of Shovel Knight Dig. I've been going at it for about 3.5 weeks now, and there's still plenty to go. It's quite a difficult game, honestly.
Cool.
And I'm not particularly skilled at platformers. Like, it's not really my most well-liked game, but it's cute and it's charming. It's got the Shovel Knight stink all over it, and it sounds great, and Jake Kaufman does the music, so you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a new music track in the DLC too, which I'm looking forward to, because hell yeah. Aside from that, on SBC side of things, our new shmup for the month of March is Seirei Senshi Spriggan. Now, I've never played this game before. It is interesting. They somehow managed to shove like 2-minute skippable cutscenes into a shmup that you can skip, which is great. But it's like
skippable cutscenes you can skip.
Right, I know.
God,
right?
wow.
But it's some weird ass anime plot that nobody knows what's going on, of course. But there's actual voice acting in it too, which sounds okay because this was a TGCD. Kenny would know. Is this a TGCD game, right? Or a PC Engine CD, whatever it was. So the sound effects are very tinny and, shmuppy, but then the voices are like pretty crystal clear and they sound okay and they're well voice acted. The tone's a little flat. I don't think they were given much stage direction, which, for a shmup, what do you want? But it's a weird PC CD. Thank you, Kenny. But yeah, it's a weird little mishmash of things. One thing that does work very much to its credit, though, is that the weapon system is based on 3 power-ups you can pick, three different power-up orbs you can pick up and hold on to of different colors, and each different combo of colors is a different weapon set. And so far in our, what is today, 17th, right? In the 17 days of March that we've all been playing this, we've had like 3 or 4 different weapon sets that a lot of us have been competently playing with.
Sure.
There's no one huge standout that's miles above everything else. Like, all the different weapon sets have their uses, and we can do competent things with them, which is pretty cool, honestly, for a game of this age. I want to say early 2000s. That's interesting to see that they were able to make that work so well. But anyways, that's the shmup for month of March. We still have all 5 of the 5-year anniversary SBC shmups going until the end of this month.
Nice.
Of those, I've been playing the most of Zero Ranger and Axelay, 2 of my favorites from the past 5 years. For my long plays, I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells, and that just had a recent release. In fact, they released the Castlevania DLC.
Right.
This past week? No, the previous week on Monday.
Wait, was that Dead Cells 1 or 2?
There's only one Dead Cells.
Risk of Rain. Damn
yes.
it. I always mix those 2 up.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Right.
Sorry.
But anyways, this one we had talked about, I think, at length last show, because I expressed very credible surprise that Konami let their Castlevania IP be handled by somebody else other than Konami. And for the couple hours I played of it so far, it's very good.
Okay.
It is quite good. I mean, Dead Cells is already an extremely fun game, and I like it.
So, what kind of familiar Castlevania stuff do we see?
So, I mean, you know about Alucard, right? As a character, right? You get to talk to Alucard, you get to talk to Richter.
Okay.
And Maria. And you get some weapons, some very recognizable weapons from the Castlevania series.
Cool.
And you get to go into Dracula's castle. And I haven't seen these yet, but apparently you get to fight various Castlevania bosses.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of remixed Castlevania music.
Okay, I was gonna ask. That's the big thing.
Oh, it is. Okay. It's very apparent as soon as you get to those areas. And it's just like, oh, this sounds so good. I don't want to play more of the game because I want to hear the music, but I really got to play more of the game. So, you know.
That's what the soundtrack's for. I assume there is one.
I think there is. I hope there is.
Okay.
There better be.
Yeah, okay.
If not, I'll find one way or another to get it. But yeah, that's been real fun. So that's going to continue to be my long play for several weeks yet. Even though I've been having it as my Sunday long play since probably the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's fine.
It is fine. It's a fun game. And then they released a Castlevania thing for it. It's like, oh shit, this is really cool.
That's another 6 months of content.
It probably is. See, I'm not very good at the game, but it is a lot of fun.
That's fair. I mean, you got to get a balance like that where you're not like steamrolling the whole thing, but
right?
it doesn't piss you off so that you don't want to play it.
Again, this is one of the games that very much plays into the fact that I am a very greedy bastard, and if I want to get that cursed chest that gives me a free shit, but also makes it Oko, I'm gonna do it. And then I die. And then I wonder why I died. And then it's like, no, I'm greedy. That's why I died.
This is extremely on brand.
It is very much on brand. like you don't need to explain to them that it's on brand. They know it's on brand.
That's fair.
But aside from that, we also started up a new async multi-world last week. Async number 6, in fact, for our long-running thing. The most sizable one by a pretty wide margin. We've got 17 people going, 128 worlds, 27,000 items across all those 128 worlds.
So how bad does it chug?
No, it's great. It's great.
Wow.
It works very well. Very, very well.
Excellent.
I'm glad that we have the tooling around it to support like tracking where items and shit are and who got what. That's been kind of my baby as far as side development is concerned, is getting those items, notifying people of the items that they get.
Cool.
When it's important to do so, because I don't think we would be able to manage this without it, honestly. Otherwise, it's just like, what did I get for where and how can I use it type thing. But it's fun. We're about a week and change into it now, and we target about 4 weeks per. So
cool.
We've already had 5 or 6 completes, I think, out of that 128, which is pretty good. considering how early it is still. I mean,
Yeah.
there's still a lot blocked in the many, many, many games that are being played. But yeah, that's going to be going on until early April. It's our target complete for this one. I think the 4th. Whatever 4 weeks from last Tuesday was.
Hmm.
One, two, three, 4. Yeah, April 4th.
Nice.
But yeah, that's about it. I've been playing a little bit of other side things, a little bit of proc gen Doom levels, just because it's fun and quick to generate up and do that. That's about it. Yeah. Yeah. Like hell, everybody should play games.
Game's
Advice: play games.
Mhm.
Game's fun. Do good. It's time for some Toonskis though. Let's hit Toonskis number dose here.
Nice.
Let's start with the remix from Super Mario World entitled Castle Creep by Blind. Then moving on to a remix from Pony Island entitled Run Pony Run by Chimpazilla. And then finishing off with a remix from Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest entitled Dracula's Tears by Neon X. All right. Well, as you were describing this to me in between here, apparently the first set of things we have from loading up that page, what gives us the genre and the settings and the whatnot, has been very interesting. So now I want to hear about it. So we're moving into the design portion, by the way. This is what we use. So what was pulled up as the first roll of stuff that we cannot use by our own admission principles?
One each of genre, rules, setting, and theme.
Okay.
The genre, sports sim.
Okay, I already hate it. That's good.
The rule, take one, leave the rest.
Okay, don't hate that one.
The setting, Western.
Oh, okay.
The theme, comedy.
What?
I don't fucking know.
Oh. Like, it started off terrible. Like, sports sim, no way. The middle two were okay, though.
So, like, the first thing I can think of for this, and we're not making this as a game.
Thankfully.
You remember those, like, horses on a stick? Like, toys that you would, like, fake ride on a horse?
Oh, okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's gotta be all about that. It's gotta be, like, upgrades for your horse on a stick.
Oh, yeah.
And you're, like, riding through high noon in the middle of, like, little western towns, going through the saloon,
But
hopefully avoiding being spat on.
Comedy, then, huh?
Well, yeah, it's
I suppose.
you're literally
like,
riding a stick.
slapstick type stuff. Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Anyway, we're
All
not
right.
making
Yeah,
that,
we're
but
not using that one.
I saw that. I was just kind of like, oh my god. All right, so the way this works is we have up to 3 rolls of the proverbial generate dice. And we can't go back to the things if we choose to pass on any of these. So I'm going to push generate on this website, and it'll give us between 1 and 2, 3 maybe, each of a genre, rule, setting, and theme for the game that we have to design live on stream. And if we get something that we just don't think is interesting or is going to cause us to make another erotica, we'll probably pass it up. But we can't go back if we get even worse hot trash. So, you ready?
And once we hit number 3, like that's it.
That's
like,
it.
That's
That,
we're
we
stuck
have to
with
do
it.
it.
We have to do it.
And we've shockingly stuck to that principle the entire time so far.
Like the only time when it has come into like serious question as to whether we should stick to that 3 was a couple times ago.
Yes,
like
it was.
the rest of it was we muddled through and we made it. We made it work. But again, shockingly, we maintained it even in that one instance. So okay, I think we're ready to go here. So what's RNG blessing us with tonight?
Ooh. Ooh, I like it.
Is it the fabled first roll again?
It's quite possible. Okay. So it's 1 each. The genre is dating sim. I know.
We were just talking about no more erotica. Okay, dating sim.
The rule goes very well into this. A single resource.
Okay. All right.
The setting is a space opera.
Are we making Mass Effect?
And the theme is war!
Oh, so bitch, we are making Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm right. Okay. Yeah. That's a hell of a set. Okay.
I mean, like, several games write themselves out of this.
Yeah.
But none that are terribly unique.
Yeah, that's the downfall of this set, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is super strong. But yeah.
We could get lucky and roll another dating sim. That's always a possibility, I think.
It's true.
Like this would be okay. I think we could make it work. I'm not down with it though. I think we can move to roll 2, huh?
I'm gonna push the button.
All right.
Whoo! Okay. Actually, this is kind of cool. So it's 2 genres, 1 each of the rest. All right. Genre number 1 is God Game. You know, it's a good start there.
Yeah, sure is.
And then it's turn-based.
Huh. All right.
So the rule here...
God Game, okay.
Build the level as you play. Or build the level you play, whatever. I first read it, build the level as you play, and that got me more excited.
I mean, that might... We could probably fudge that a bit.
Cool, sounds great.
That in parentheses.
The setting is high fantasy. And the theme is... Guess it. Guess it. It fits in with everything else here.
Theme. Fuck, I don't know, man. There could be a lot of things that go here.
Betrayal.
Ha! All right.
Yep.
God Game, turn-based, build the level as you play. High fantasy betrayal. Interesting. We just built a God Game, didn't we?
We did.
That involved betrayal.
Yes.
I think it
All
did.
I can think of is Gods with Guns.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, too, though.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just last month? Yeah, you better. Because that's bothering me now, too. I feel like it was
Gods with a Z.
Yeah.
All right. So it was... Too. Jesus. No way.
I feel like it
There's no way. No, that's not accurate. It's telling me round 37. There's no way.
No.
Yeah, not where are you getting this shit from, Google search?
Yeah, wow. Search company bad at search? I'm shocked. Yeah, God Game was one of the things from last time.
I need to find gods with guns. No, I did not mean gods with an S.
No, with a Z. That's what the quotes are for.
Round 87, creating a new normal.
That sounds more accurate, honestly. But yeah, we had God Game last time.
It's not in here.
And I feel like there's more of a closer.
There it is. Okay.
As well.
Yes, sorry. I'm gonna bring this up every time.
It's a good title, man. Like that one was one of our best, I think.
All right, the full title of this shit: Dueling Deities, Bloody Hell, featuring Gods with Guns, Part 3.5.
There's more. There's more.
There is. Yep. God's Gone Wild.
God's Gone Wild. That's right. Ah, man.
God damn.
Such a good one.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, back to the present. God Game turn-based, build the level as you play, high fantasy betrayal. Man, I hate to subject us to a third role, and then we're stuck with it.
Oh, no.
Because these two roles have not been, like, super weak.
Nah.
We could do this, but, oh, man.
We could, but it's...
What's another
bizarrely similar to the stuff we've already made.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so we doing third roll? Let's do third roll.
Okay, I'm pushing the button. We have to take this one.
We have to, and we're stuck.
All right, if anybody's going to wish us terrible luck, now's the time to do it. On this, our blessed St. Patrick's Day.
You know in their hearts they are already wishing us terrible luck, so...
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I'm pushing the button.
Here we go.
Why is it not pushing? There we go. Okay, cool. 2 genres, 1 each of everything else.
Okay.
Rhythm.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Second genre, survival horror. Oh, actually? Okay, never mind. I no longer have the... I don't like this in my head. Okay, the rule is no weapons allowed.
Ooh.
The setting, fairy tale. Corrupted fairy tale. This is Aesop's Fables shit now.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Fairy tale,
Okay. The theme is technology gone nuts. Okay, so this is making me think of something like Rhythm Coraline. Sort of.
Rhythm, survival horror, no weapons allowed, fairy tale, technology gone nuts. Huh.
Honestly, this is kind of a banger.
Okay.
Yeah. Props to roll 3. All right.
Ooh, saved us again. All right.
Yep.
Rhythm, survival horror. Like, of all of those, fairy tale is the one that always... That's the one that trips me up on this.
Fortunately, you have 2 very distinct kinds of fairy tales. You have the happy cutesy kind.
Yeah, the happy...
And then you have the Germans.
Right.
So...
Yeah, very true.
Let's be real. Okay. So, like, yeah. Rhythm survival horror. Okay, so
like that
instantly I was thinking of a scene from another Roblox game called Doors. Shockingly, it's a survival horror game.
Well.
There are areas which are essentially rhythm games, where you have to complete a chase sequence by avoiding the right kinds of things that fall over and not getting caught.
Okay.
Simple enough. Lots of games do that. You can absolutely do some stuff like that. As much as I hate these 3 letters, we could use them here. QTEs.
Well, I mean, it's like the rhythm has it built in almost, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's no...
The Necrodancer, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, Danny B. Love you.
Right.
Carry me around again, like a precious babe. There's photos of it. It exists.
There is. I was there. I saw it. Yes. Okay, so yeah. Rhythm QTEs implies to me also like endless runner-ish type stuff.
Yes.
which normally I'm not too keen on, but the rhythm aspect I think does a little bit of heavy lifting here, which is good. I like
Yeah.
that bit a lot.
So you absolutely just right there could just make an endless runner with all of this stuff, and that would be
Mm-hmm.
completing the objective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we can do better. We can do more. That's a
So
good part of it.
survival horror and technology gone nuts. Though that pairing reminds me a little bit of Distance.
I'm not familiar.
That's it's a driving game.
Okay.
You're trying to escape some very psychopathic technological city in your car.
Okay.
Which is cool. It was a cool game. I liked it a lot.
I have never heard of this. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was wild. I remember which PAX was that they demoed that. And used an actual steering wheel and everything, which was fun.
Okay.
But yeah, so survival horror like technology that makes me think of that.
Okay. Okay.
And then we've got the whole endless runner rhythm thing going on, which is cool as well. This fairy tale is wild. No weapons allowed means like truly survival horror. You can't fight back, almost type thing.
You don't have time. You're not given enough time.
Right.
The whole premise of this is like high tension. You're almost about to get caught at every turn, no matter how well you're playing. I think the big thing that needs to happen here is we need to find a way to make the difficulty scale. So the better someone's doing, obviously make it still seem frantic for them. But if someone's obviously got less of a reaction time or more of a reaction, whatever, a higher reaction time,
improved reaction time, yeah.
The game can kind of like still make it accessible, but still as chaotic feeling. I think that's a necessity because I don't want this to be a game where people feel like it's out of reach. So we need to find a way to have that gradient of difficulty while still coming up with that adrenaline causing rush.
Right. Yeah. So the big thing for survival horror to me that always made like a good survival horror was that you can't quite see what's coming to get you.
Right.
Like all the horror games in the world that are like big on gore and blood and guts and whatever, like none of that really ever clicked with me. It was just like, oh yeah. Oh no, blood, oh weird, oh.
So
but the things like when we were playing, Shattered Memories all that time ago.
Ding ding ding, that's what I was going to bring
up.
It's
just like, it's weird and creepy, but also you can't quite get a beat on it, and it's just like,
it's just really like, unsettling.
That was horror. That was survival horror shit, right?
And like I wanted to bring that example up because the Wii's technical limitations actually kind of made that better
absolutely
because of
played
the, like,
into
oh no, I don't have super draw distance.
Right.
The thing that I would really want to use though, make it intentional. Make it shift around a little bit. You turn one direction, you turn back, it's slightly different. Every time you turn, things change, and you have to adapt. Otherwise, you lose. It's constantly shifting. That, you can absolutely use the technology part of it.
Okay.
I like it. This is turning into a banger.
All right, so then base objective is to escape this unseen nameless horror.
Oh, shit. I need to look something up, but keep going.
All right. Escape this unseen nameless horror. It's pretty generic, but hey, it works. We should probably rewrite our list of things that we're doing later, because some of these overlap so much that I don't know that we need to keep them separate. But okay, so escape the unseen nameless horror. Part of the mechanics is you can never turn back, never go back to where you were, right?
Yep.
Let's move forward. Or even if you do turn back, it's not what it's, you don't recognize it, right? It's never the same.
We're on 111? Okay. Yes.
This is 109 presently, but we have
we're talking about 111. Okay.
Yes, 111
is
is
even
scheduled.
Closer. Never mind. I'm not sure. I like it though. Okay. Regale me with the memories that I don't remember.
Oh, well, I will attempt to do so, but...
So, I remember there being a game or a movie where it was distinctly based on a labyrinth.
Okay.
And anytime you tried to look back to where you were, the path ends. Like, it's just, there's nothing there. It's just a wall. Like, it could either be huge shrubs or whatever the case is. I just don't remember what it is. But, I'm going to use the buzzword.
Proc gen?
That and continuously procedurally generating.
Okay.
So, like, there's an internal game state, like, if you don't... Ooh.
I mean,
You could use the other buzzword that's been really popular lately. Quantum. Merely observing something causes it to change.
See. Okay.
Ooh, actually, that's really spicy. That actually plays, again, well in with technology. Okay.
Okay, yeah, well, as a... Are we leaning into the Endless Runner-ish type vibe here, or no?
Okay, so...
If we do, then we're constantly moving forward regardless, right? And we kind of have
Right.
to because rhythm and whatever.
So, yeah.
Would that be too much alongside, like, survival horror? Like, you want to give people a little bit of time to breathe and do whatever. You don't want to give them a heart attack right out the gate.
So, okay, here's the thing. This is how we give players an opportunity to breathe and not die. IRL.
Good. Okay.
Varied tempos and moods of the music. You're not always going to be getting chased, but you have to keep moving. You have to put distance between you and whatever the fuck this thing is. And some of that could be stealthy. Some of that could be gangbusters running the fuck for your life. Otherwise your legs are going to get eaten or something. I don't know.
Right.
But,
right.
like, there's got to be tempo changes. There has to be feel changes. Sure. Why not? We'll do the survival horror ballad. Seems great.
Right.
You have to waltz with a creepy mannequin, and if you do it wrong, she eats your face. I don't fucking know.
Hey, hell yeah. Well,
I'm all down with that shit. Do it. Do it live.
Mannequins are pretty horrifying.
They really are,
for being
especially
honest.
when they, like, start shifting their facial features while you're looking at them, and you're like, yeah, God! Yeah. Ranby, yeah, okay, cool.
Advancing difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, reflect advancing difficulty. I mean, yeah, like, tempo up is a natural way to make rhythm games more tense, right?
However, yes, but there's also the element of changing the difficulty of the rhythm that you have to follow too. So it could be faster, but very deliberate, percussive, on the beat kind of thing, just to build up to something. Or it could be slower and have all sorts of weird mixed meter garbage going on or whatever. And it's more technical then. So
the mixed meter bit reminds me very strongly of Thumper then.
Yes, that was the next thing I was going to bring up.
Which is,
if y'all haven't played Thumper, you gotta do it on a display with low input lag, or you have to get it well calibrated.
You have to calibrate it for sure.
That is such a game. I'm terrible at it. I don't like playing it because it really just gives me... but that's the point. And it's a rhythm game. And it's
sort of horror-y too.
It is.
A little bit.
It is scary.
The themes behind it, yeah.
Because, like, goddamn though, seriously, that game is outstanding. Go play Thumper.
Thumper's
There's my
game.
endorsement. Polyrhythms, though. Love it.
I mean, rhythm horror does make a lot of sense, considering we're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're constantly moving forward. If you turn back on the path, it's different, not familiar, or recognizable.
They advertised it as a psychedelic horror rhythm game.
Psychedelic horror rhythm.
So yeah, pretty
That's
close.
such a good combo of
Psychedelic
words.
though, that's
It
tasty.
does match, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, Thumper in VR though, that is a thing,
Oh, I don't know
and
if my heart can take that.
deeply unsettling thing, but it exists.
And yeah.
That hey there, another easy buzzword. Let's throw in some VR
VR,
support.
oh boy.
Yeah. We were doing the weird running in place with the weird convex
Oh,
thing
the little
before it
like
was cool.
Omni treadmill type stuff.
Remember that? We were doing that back. Shit, this is
Where
back
was
at Seeking
that?
Infinity. We were making games like that.
Oh right. Yeah.
God damn. I really want that to be a viable thing at some point because you can make so much cool shit with that.
You really can, but they need to
Damn.
also solve it such that they're not throwing ads in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Ah well.
Fuck you, Facebook.
Right.
I mean, Meta, whatever.
Also that. They are the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so you always have to make progress. Well, you probably want some intermissions in there at some point too, right?
Safe houses or safe areas or whatever. I mean, much like a horror game, you can absolutely restock on health. I suppose you could have inventory items that would let you skip something coming up if you don't think you can react in time. Maybe.
Yeah.
Something that would like banish the thing in front of you so that it's a clear path, actually.
Delete the triple hi-hats that are coming up before you
Oh god.
fuck it up and lose.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't necessarily like using difficulty for this, but that's fine. We understand what that means. Okay. I mean, if we want to move to a section that we can skip right away, input method, really.
I mean,
it could be dance pad, it could be game pad, it could be keyboard, no, it could be anything. Like rhythmic anything. If you have an ability to move an appendage or your eyeballs, it could be rhythmic.
So like I want to say something like a Beatmania pad, honestly.
Which one was that again? How does that one set up?
TDX. Like, so you have the keys.
Is that the diagonal one?
Not quite.
No.
This is the thing I'm most thinking of.
Oh, the little okay.
So like you could be able to react to things in various parts of the screen, so it'd be kind of useful for quadrant play. Touchscreen would be great for this, actually. Holy shit. Damn. When have I ever said that?
It would have to be a robust ass touchscreen. Thing starts going wild.
It's good. 10-point multi-touch. Whatever. But a 2DX controller, kind of the same thing. You can fucking play it on a Guitar Hero controller. I mean, if you have like 4 or 5 different distinct areas of the screen that you have to react to, then whatever.
Any sort of multi-input control surface.
Yeah, realistically speaking, I mean, like, you can use ABXY, whatever. I mean, as long as you have the ability to create distinct inputs without having to, like, modify key or shit in order to have different distinct inputs, yeah. WASD and number pad, fine.
Yeah, okay. I can't imagine this working for more than one person at a time.
No, not at all. You could have a game mode where it's kind of head-on-head, where...
yeah, the whole standard side-by-side... God, what am I thinking of for that? Ooh. That's more like DDR, two-person, like, yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay, so before I get too far into things, I'm thinking my point of view is like first person.
Head-on type.
Directly to the forehead.
Yes, thank you.
Fuck, I had to. So a side-by-side would actually be kind of okay. It'd be an 8x9 playfield, which honestly isn't too bad. It's almost square. I think that would work fine. Um, the thing that I was talking about,
Huh?
though, I'm more thinking of a mode that would require two different game instances running at the same time, so that you could be the horror.
Oh, I
You could
see.
influence the
Yeah.
things that are going to happen. Meanwhile, the other person has to not die, etc.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, I think an actual like head-to-head play would be cool. Like simultaneous seeing who can get further in the level together as a more competitive thing, absolutely. Or you can make that co-op too. So if you pass certain checkpoints, you can revive the other person.
I was thinking of relay race type stuff too now. Pass
Possible?
the baton.
I mean,
don't
actually, this opens up a lot of
don't
possibilities for
don't
different game
fuck up
modes.
passing the baton.
Yeah.
Uh,
Huh. Yeah, actually, yeah, there's a bunch of different ideas you can use there. Okay. Pretty sweet.
okay. All right. Technology gone nuts. Like I realize Fairy Tale we haven't really covered very much either.
I mean, that's
It's
almost entirely in design
it's a
aesthetic.
thematic element. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't really impact much here when we're talking about this
Although that does actually make me think
story.
that you can have
Hmm.
a variety of different aesthetics that you could like distinctly choose. Like, I want to do this kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever, haunted castle or garden maze or whatever the case. Bowser's castle.
Fairy tale, sure.
Yeah.
Stretching the definition a bit, but hey, oh, princess, castle, etc.
Eh.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, an actual stage select. Yeah, this could actually be
Okay.
fairly robust. Stage
Uh,
select with multiple different kinds of game modes that could use one or two instances of the game.
right.
Um, your choice of input, realistically speaking, I mean, there are plenty of things that we can do that basically are like, bind whatever the fuck you want to these however
Mm-hmm.
many things we want to have and
Mm-hmm.
partitioned out to and go nuts. Use whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Um, and honestly, that kind of works for both modern consoles at least, because you have the option to use USB keyboard if you want. Or whatever special kind of, say, accessibility controller. Like, you can have things split out and just fuck around with it if you want. Yeah? Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking in terms of the you turn back and it's suddenly different bit. This almost sounds like it'd be geared towards some free roam, like not on rails, not prescribed path. If you want to, do 360s all day, you can, right? Then there could also be some spots within this world or whatever that are the safe zones, or how would we manage that?
That feels like it almost have to be its own
Radar.
distinct game mode in itself,
Yeah, it
too.
could be like a free roam exploratory practice mode could do that.
Maybe.
Okay.
This is
Mm.
starting to remind me of, like, way back when we were doing Seeking Infinity and talking about horror games. The thing that I was making, where you were like darting between caves and trying to not get seen, going through fog and whatnot, just trying to keep away from whatever this thing is that's hunting you. It's probably not the exact
Uh,
concept I'm thinking of, but like,
no, but that does give me an idea and a different perspective on this
yeah, go
too.
for it.
So, I don't know how many of the WarioWare games you've ever played.
Not any recently.
Okay, so there's this one kind of mini game within it that stands out to me where you're supposed to hide from some, I don't know, I think you're supposed to hide from your mom or something.
Was it the one where you're supposed to be in bed?
Yes, I think that
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
one.
okay.
So I'm thinking of the kind of the two-layer parallax scrolling. You're always moving to the right or to the left or whatever, and the rhythmic element of it is to take cover behind these obstacles that you're running past.
Okay, okay.
And if you F it up, the entity or whatever sees you, gets a little closer and gets a little closer and gets a little closer. If you keep going, if you do well, they get a little further away, or you get a little further ahead, or whatever the heck it happens to be.
Sure.
That takes us away from and it could be a different mode. It takes us away from the kind of like the head-on forward perspective too.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many different ways we could take this.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yep. There's a lot of expandability here, and honestly, just outlining some of the ideas will allow other ideas to flow when we look at it later on. So I think we're probably okay.
Any of this we didn't cover. Rhythm, survival, horror, no weapons. Well, no weapons is kind of implied here. You're just running away. Like, as much as I detest cowardice in many of the games I play, like, I think sometimes cowardice is demanded.
But if you take that enchantment, you do more damage when you're at full HP.
I know, right? It gives me a free thing.
Yeah.
All it costs me is Oko. And technology gun, that's a thematic thing too, really.
Yep.
Just varying combos of. Okay. And then, of course, the hardest bit of all, the title. Why is this always the hardest bit? What is our Gods with Guns subtitle again?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
It's going to be part of the Gods with Guns expanded universe.
Why the fuck not?
Oh no.
No. If you really wanted to.
Oh no.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit that though.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Unfortunate.
I was thinking of like making game subtitle Maze Days or something stupid. Except it's not DAYS, it's DAZE.
Oh, okay.
I
get it.
I was thinking on the whole Z theme with gods with guns. I think it needs like something : Maze Days if you're going to choose to do that, because Maze Days by itself seems kind of like a 90s shareware disc game.
Of course it is. I mean, but then back in the era of 90s graphics and shit, some of the low poly shit, like, is freaky as hell. Like, I remember the DOS version of Alone in the Dark scaring the hell out of me as a kid.
I didn't know there was a DOS version.
Oh yeah, or very early PC days of that. Before they remade it into this kind of god awful, not sort of survival horror thing. But yeah, that game scared the hell out of me because it was very much, it was like four polys and shit. But God, Kitty. Oh no,
I love it.
Are we really? We're just gonna take that verbatim?
Corn. No.
Okay, good.
Because then I'd have to go all ham on like Children of the Corn.
That's horror-ish, right?
It is.
Very scary type of.
That's really good. You deserve an attaboy for that one. Wow.
But anyways, yeah, the low poly aspect always lent more to the imagination, and of course, as a kid, you have a very more active imagination, anyways.
Yep.
So I was like, what actually happened? Like, I can only see 3 different colors on the screen at once, but what happened?
EGA.
Right.
Or is that CGA?
EGA was 16. CGA was 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to think way back.
Right. Right.
Well, poly stuff does go hard. It leaves a lot to be filled in by your terror-addled brain.
It really does. Really does.
Thinking back to that Pathways into Darkness life that I refuse to play.
It's scary, man. Like, I understand.
It is. God damn.
Was
3D
that
texture map?
Was that time limited too? Like, you had to get out in a certain. Okay, I think that's.
Yeah, 3 total actual in-game days, I think, to like arm the nuclear device and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Be proud of me, I pronounced it right. Damn. Nuclear. Sorry.
The
It
most
deserved to be
horrifying of
said.
them all.
Yeah.
I mean, does Maze Days just work as a full title?
Why not? It's better than Maze Days.
The horror of the unknown of the primary. You know what? No, I'm putting the colon back in there.
You missed the joke. It's fine.
I probably did. Yeah.
Maze Days. Don't go up there. Anyway, it's
Oh.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gross.
I know. Honestly, you know what? Okay, if we actually leave like the punctuation,
Or should I spell it out?
No.
Okay.
If we leave the punctuation and then Maze Days, that feels like a fucking Konami thing. Or not, Kojima thing. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. It's like Konami. Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking if you do.
That makes sense. It's also a dumb ass fucking Kingdom Hearts thing too, with the
I love it.
inscrutable titles and subtitles and just pick a number.
Yeah.
or some Fate nonsense. Yeah, you're right about that too.
Sure.
Okay, Maze Days. Got it.
I love it.
We're good.
Perfect.
For
You
our
did good.
rhythm, survival, horror, no weapons allowed, fairy tale, technology gone nuts game.
Seems good. Ship it.
It is shipped. And just in time, too. All right, cool. Well, we're coming to the end of round 109 of Insert Credits here. Anything else we need to impart? Otherwise, we can wrap it there for tonight.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I almost said
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Saint-
What the fuck?
Wow, did we suddenly zoom
Wrong side of the year.
8 months ahead here? Oh, my goodness.
That's not.
All right, cool. Well, we'll call it there then. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm Mr. Bond.
I'm Tormod.
We'll leave you with our typical closing track, a remix from Mario Kart Wii entitled Wind in Your Hair by Overclock University. Good night, everybody.
Ciao.